Greetings, sisters and brothers. This is Milton Allimadi, host of the African History Club. We have done 21 episodes now. The next episode, number 22, will be next week on Friday. That is January the 8th, 2021. This message today is basically to thank everyone who supported the African History Club and to wish everyone a happy and prosperous 2021. And we hope nothing can be as challenging as 2020 was on many levels. On an individual and personal level, I, of course, lost my beloved sister, Barbara Allimadi, whom I was very close to and loved dearly, when she passed away this year. I also lost a dear friend who was a friend to many of us who are supporters of African History Club. And that is, of course, Comrade Brother Michael Brooks. In fact, it was because of Michael that I launched African History Club. He encouraged me, he badgered me, he urged me, and it turns out he was giving me a special gift to share some of the knowledge I have of African history with you, the supporters of African History Club. The next episode, we're going to discuss Bandung, the Bandung Conference of 1955. And that's a major conference of African and Asian countries. And these were people meeting to try to chart an independent course so that they would not be caught up in the East-West struggle between the United States, the Soviet Union, the Soviet bloc countries. So it was a major event, and it led to the formation of the non-aligned movement in 1961. And I want to discuss that because Samir Amin went back to that conference often in his lectures and in his books, and he insists that we need to revisit that kind of setup, that kind of structure. And that is one of the avenues that African countries can use toward not only freeing themselves of control from the outside world, but actually through mutual economic cooperation between the so-called South countries, begin to build independent economies. So that is why I'm going to make that my first podcast discussion of 2021. And of course, I'll also discuss why Samir Amin thought Bandung was and is essential to the economic and indeed political liberation of African countries. So it will be next Friday. And then from then on, the podcast will also regularly be on a Friday. That will be the schedule for the podcast. I really didn't want to say too much today. I know it's been a tough year collectively for all of us, for much of the world, with the COVID pandemic. And then in the United States, having a totally dysfunctional president in the White House, who thankfully is on his way out. Obviously, we don't have a progressive president going into the White House, but we have an individual that will be hopefully far less damaging than the current occupant of the White House. And the way I see these things is that in struggle, you have to go in stages. You take some of the victories and immediately you continue working toward bigger goals, bigger objectives, and bigger victories. That's always been my philosophy. So once again, I want to say thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart to everybody that supported African History Club. I look forward to your continued support in 2021. I wish all of you a prosperous year. Much love and blessings to all of you and to your families. Thank you. See you next Friday.